Right now at 10, tension rises. Protests sweep through Minneapolis and the nation after a Wednesday shooting involving ICE.
And collision in La Crosse Common Council. The decisions made at tonight's meeting.
Plus, a Western Wisconsin congressman breaks from party lines. Why Derek Van Orden's health care vote comes with a caveat.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski.
Tensions remain high in Minneapolis after a woman was killed by an ICE officer Wednesday.
Federal and local officials are at odds over the circumstances surrounding the fatal shooting. Today, Minnesota state investigators were notified by the FBI that they will no longer have access to case materials, scene evidence, or investigative interviews in the federal probe. The FBI will now lead the investigation solely without involvement from the state of Minnesota.
Not spoken to the president. I would ask him, first of all, the goal here is to make America safe, is what he said. There is no verifiable evidence that any of this is making America safer. Please, please, whatever it is, leave Minnesota alone.
Without state law enforcement involvement in the investigation, state prosecutors cannot file charges. Now, this comes as anti-ICE protesters continue to gather throughout Minneapolis today and across the country. Congressman Derek Van Orden says his Eau Claire office was targeted after that shooting. In a social post, he said a car was vandalized and a person was pounding on their office doors trying to get inside. We requested the police report from Eau Claire PD to verify the claim. Police denied the request because it's an active investigation.
And stay with News 8 Now on air and online for continuing coverage of the deadly ICE-involved shooting in Minneapolis.
La Crosse's Common Council voting on several proposals tonight. The first, a downtown construction project impacting 3rd and 4th Streets. Initial plans from the DOT would have reduced parking options. Council tonight passed a resolution asking the DOT to offer project alternatives to maintain street parking and add bike lanes. The council also unanimously approved an ordinance regarding community fridges. The ordinance says any community pantries that are set up on private property don't need a license or permit like a normal food business does. And the council took a decisive vote on whether invocation procedures should remain part of meetings.
News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us in the newsroom with the results. Jadius.
Yeah, the council voted to discontinue invocations before meetings, a decision shaped by public feedback on both sides of the issue. The council voted 9-4 to end the practice, reversing a policy that had been in place since 2009. Supporters of the change say it's about keeping government all-inclusive and neutral.
This is a direct response to the community telling me that they do not want to see this. And we are one of few local governments that still do this.
They had a very different message, or they heard a very different message, saying many residents asked the council to keep the invocation as a tradition.
I will be voting to keep the invocation because I have heard a very large number of people reach out, and I want us to start listening to the public and responding to them.
While formal invocations will no longer be part of council meetings, leaders say they will still open with a moment of silence before the meeting. In the newsroom, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jadius. The House of Representatives passing a 3-year extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies. 17 Republicans joined Democratic members, including Derek Van Orden. The bill now heads to the Senate, where lawmakers say it's unlikely to pass. But a deal is in the works to address the subsidies. Van Orden issued a release after the vote, emphasizing his opposition to the Affordable Care Act. He said, quote, "I will not sit back and watch my constituents lose access to health care or face massive premium hikes because Democrats refuse to take responsibility for their failures. I should not have to vote for a temporary patch to a broken system, but I will always put the people of Wisconsin first."
The man convicted of killing Madeline Kingsbury is asking the Minnesota Supreme Court for a new trial. Adam Fravel's attorney presented arguments today challenging his December conviction on first and second-degree murder charges. The defense claims the state failed to prove first-degree murder and argues the death was accidental. Justices now have 90 days to decide whether to grant a new trial.
We are asking this court to grant Mr. Fravel a new trial. We are asking this court to vacate the top 3 counts.
Fravel is serving life without parole for Kingsbury's death. The prosecution maintains the trial was fair and the evidence for conviction was substantial. Kingsbury's family says they don't expect the court to grant a new trial.
A La Crosse man is in custody after an accidental shooting. Anthony Stagman allegedly fell asleep with a firearm in his hand when it discharged and hit his girlfriend. The victim sustained non-life-threatening injuries and drove herself to Amplify Health by Gunderson. On the way there, Stagman allegedly jumped out of the vehicle. Fearing Stagman would show up, hospital staff temporarily locked down the facility. He's held on a $7,500 cash bond.
The owner of Nutbush City Limits in Onalaska is accused of hiding a camera in a woman's bedroom. Fargo Hillman allegedly installed it secretly in a 22-year-old's closet. Police say it was hidden with a towel with tape covering the recording light. In court, Hillman entered not guilty pleas. He is out on a $500 signature bond.
Hey, News 8 Now follow-up. The Waukesha man accused of killing his parents to fund an assassination attempt on President Trump is entering a plea deal. Nikita Kasap pled guilty to 2 counts of first-degree homicide. The remaining 7 charges are dismissed. Kasap allegedly fled the country in his stepfather's SUV with cash, jewelry, and passports. His trial is set to begin March 2nd.
Well, definitely wet conditions all around this evening with some substantial rainfall, especially for early January. Now it's this time of if we're going to see any type of snow going on. Kind of flip there through. There's the cameras. Overall, we're still above freezing at all locations too, and rain continues, although it has lightened up a little bit. There you can see overall there's a change of snow trying to happen in southeast Minnesota. We'll see how far that progresses eastward, but overall still most of the area is seeing mostly rainfall, but we're starting to lose a lot of that moderate or even heavier rainfall that we saw earlier. Rainfall amounts is this 12 hours. You can see Prairie du Chien over 1.5 inches. Other areas are getting close to 1 inch, Vokesfield 2, so quite a bit, but it does drop off as you go further north. We're getting probably less than 1/4. Right now, as you go further north, just some rain. You can see overall traffic's doing quite fine yet. Further south, we haven't seen the changeover, but more on the side of light occasional rainfall now than steady rainfall overall, but still, we're not quite seeing that changeover. We will see it at some point, but for the morning commute, should be mainly dry. A few flurries maybe earlier, but temperature staying at or above freezing, so overall roads should be good. A little breezy out there in the morning with that northwest wind behind the system. Also with Eau Claire, we'll have that northwest wind probably kick up a little bit in the morning and then decrease as we go towards the afternoon, getting to 32, so still overall above average. As we go forward, the rain's done. Now we have more snow coming, and I'll break down how much we expect and what the temperatures look like through the weekend a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services will not recommend changes to children's vaccination schedules, going against the Trump administration's move to cut recommended shots from 17 to 11.
We update recommendations when new high-quality evidence shows that a change would improve safety or effectiveness. We've not seen any new evidence that would justify changing longstanding recommendations that have successfully protected children in the United States for decades.
The CDC's new guidelines say vaccines for hepatitis A, meningitis, and the flu should only be given to high-risk children.
A push is on to bring driverless cars to Wisconsin. A few Republican lawmakers are floating a new bill. It would create a safety board to oversee autonomous vehicles. Under the bill, anyone seeking to operate a driverless car would have to obtain a permit from the board.
A new store opening up today in La Crosse. Priya's Spice Bazaar held its ribbon cutting this afternoon in a refurbished railroad building. Priya's offers Indian groceries and a bakery that serves traditional Indian foods. They were previously located at the Cooley Region Business Center.
You get a lot of Indian food in US. Many of the places they kind of like, they only know paneer tikka masala. They just know butter chicken. But I wanted to give a wider range of food so that everybody can enjoy.
The family-owned store operates daily from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Still to come tonight, another shooting involving federal agents. What authorities are saying happened in Portland, Oregon.
And an early exit for the crew on the International Space Station. Why NASA officials are deciding to bring them home ahead of schedule.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, our new bike lanes coming to La Crosse. Hear how Common Council votes tonight, plus the hottest AI items on the way to store shelves, and artists tracking some icy conditions.
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacked, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi is the only IL-23 inhibitor proven to help achieve remission, meaning few to no symptoms in just 4 weeks for some people. Many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Authorities say federal immigration officers shot and wounded 2 people in Portland, Oregon. The FBI's Portland office says it's investigating an incident that happened Thursday afternoon involving Customs and Border Patrol agents in which 2 individuals were wounded.
The shooting comes a day after an ICE officer shot and killed a driver in Minnesota. CBS News correspondent Gwen Baumgardner reports from Los Angeles.
Authorities say federal agents shot and wounded 2 people in Portland, Oregon on Thursday. When the shooting happened, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security says U.S. Border Patrol agents were conducting a targeted vehicle stop involving suspected Venezuelan members of the Tren de Aragua gang. In a posting on X, the agency says when agents identified themselves, the driver attempted to run over the officers. It said an agent fired a defensive shot as the driver and passenger tried to flee the scene.
Our priority and main concern is that there is a thorough and complete investigation, that all facts that can be learned are obtained, and that we can get as much information as possible.
This is a federal investigation. It's being led by the FBI. We have been in touch with them. We are, in regular contact.
Portland Mayor Keith Wilson held a press conference Thursday evening.
Just 1 day after the horrific violence in Minnesota, our community here in Portland was witness to a moment of fear, confusion, and heartbreak. Earlier this afternoon, 2 people were shot and injured by federal agents in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Violence in our community is devastating. These are not statistics. These are human beings.
A Portland City Council session abruptly recessed after members were informed of the shooting. Gwen Baumgardner, CBS News.
The U.S. Senate advancing a big measure today. It's to block further military action in Venezuela without congressional approval. 5 Republicans joined Democrats in the 52-47 vote. President Trump says he will veto the measure if it reaches his desk. There's a new action tied to President Trump's White House ballroom. The details of it were finally shared with the National Capital Planning Commission. Trump says the cost to build it is around $400 million. Private donors are expected to pay for it. The ballroom is expected to hold 600 guests, have bulletproof glass, and a drone-free roof.
NASA officials say they plan to bring the crew aboard the International Space Station home early due to a medical concern. NASA said an astronaut's condition is stable and is not in an emergency evacuation, but the Space Agency Administrator Jared Isaacman said as a precaution, the crew will return home so the astronaut can undergo additional medical testing.
After discussions with Chief Health and Medical Officer Dr. J.D. Polk and leadership across the agency, I've come to the decision that it's in the best interest of our astronauts to return Crew 11 ahead of their planned departure.
NASA did not initially identify the astronaut or give further details on the medical issue. The crew was scheduled to remain aboard the ISS until mid-February.
The IRS will start accepting tax returns January 26th, and some changes to tax code could mean more money in your returns. In 2025, standard reductions are higher, as well as state and local tax reductions. Filing season ends April 15th.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, the good news is dry conditions do return for Friday with some sunshine. Unfortunately, we do have light snow back in the forecast through at least part of the weekend. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
The New Year sale at Slumberland, up to 50% off list. Get your choice of these best-selling Lazy Boy recliners for just $5.55. Get a Sealy mattress for just $2.99. Pay no interest for 36 months with approved credit. Only at Slumberland.
Cold weather and winter winds remind us that old windows and doors are not our friends. New windows and doors, expertly installed by certified installers, bring comfort, convenience, energy savings, and a great new look. Begin now in choosing just the right windows for your home. Order now and avoid the inevitable price increase in the new year. No worries about missing a promotion. The Board Store offers you the best possible price every day and any day. Contact us online or visit our showroom for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors or other home improvements.
Eagle Crest North in Onalaska is expanding. Our tradition of excellence continues to grow with the addition of our new luxury senior apartments opening in January 2026. Choose your ideal home from well-designed floor plans featuring modern kitchens, spacious living areas, and ample storage. I'm Tammy, and I've been welcoming residents to our community for 17 years. Call me today to reserve your new home.
Join us for a weekly open house or schedule your private tour today.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Friday, January 9th. Hy-Vee eggs, just 99 cents. Pork chops, 77 cents. Russet potatoes, just $1.48. Campbell's Chunky Soup, just $1.48 each when you buy 3. Hy-Vee macaroni and cheese, 39 cents. Plus, you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save in-store and online. One day only, Friday, January 9th, only at Hy-Vee.
The New Year mattress sale at Slumberland, up to 50% off list. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for just $2.99 or a Sealy Posturepedic for $5.99. Get 60-month financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. Save big, only at Slumberland.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
With all the rainfall that we received here this evening, we are starting to see some rises now in the rivers, the Kickapoo too. For one, if you look at Reedstown, that actually the forecast has come up. And you notice the forecast is on the 10th, about 12 p.m. 11, as you get to 11 feet, that is minor flood stage. Gays Mills too, we're also up to 12 too. These have come up. We'll see if they get into minor flood, but we still got about another day till it actually gets up there. But overall, all these numbers are starting to come up quite a bit too with the rainfall. Now, the other area that we have a little bit of concern too now is Trempealeau. They've also got one of the gauges now is forecasted Arcadia to come up to action stage. Once again, not flooding yet, but we are seeing rises there too. Dodge doesn't have a forecast point there. There's observation. So I've seen some slight rises here and there. Overall, nothing's gotten into action stage yet for any of the rivers, but I would expect we might see some here by tomorrow morning. Overall, the big question is when does the snow, when the rain changes to snow? You see towards Rochester and Austin, we're starting to get that change over there. Further north, Ladysmith kind of sees some changeover, but not in the way of much precipitation. Otherwise, it's kind of going a little bit more scattered nature with the light rain, and occasionally you get a little bit of moderate rain. But overall, the transition is starting to happen here. So if you look at in the morning time, all that's going to push east. So any amount of precipitation that we get won't amount to too much, maybe some slush on the roads. But the good news for tomorrow is we're generally going to have some clear skies, as we go throughout that time frame. So that's a positive, especially towards the afternoon. You'll still see that northwest wind there in the morning. It will be kind of breezy a little bit, but it won't last too much longer. That's the good news. And once we go in the afternoon, you see a lot of sunshine, still above average for early January. The next system that we're watching is a cold front to the north. The system to the south will stay south, but that cold front is one that we're tracking with a line of probably light snow that'll come through Friday night, and then we'll have some falling temperatures behind that. So overall, Friday night's going to be quiet and still fairly mild for this time of year. Don't expect any snow for the evening activity. Should be quiet. Here's the additional rainfall tonight. Not in the way of too much more rainfall. This might have a little bit of snow mixed in there too. So some areas you might get close to a quarter, but I think it'll be generally under that. For the most part, the heaviest amount of rainfall has occurred. Snow, we were on the lower end. We thought there was a possibility maybe southeast Minnesota could get maybe up to 3 to 4 if the changeover occurs. It seems to be later, not happening. So more than likely, you're going to see 1, maybe 2, a little bit less as you go to Eau Claire, much more as you go further north, but all in all, kind of scattered amounts of a ½ inch of slushy snow. Once again, roads are likely not to be a problem given we're going to be above freezing. As I mentioned, here's that cold front coming through Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. So there will be some light snow after midnight through early Saturday morning. That cold front slides south. You can see the rotation going on as this low begins to wrap up. So we'll start to probably see some snow showers come back in during the afternoon time frame as it wraps up, and a stiff northwest wind. And that means temperatures will start off probably in the mid-20s Saturday morning, but they're going to continue to fall throughout the day, and the wind will begin to pick up too. So it'll definitely be a change. Not in the way of too much accumulation with this pattern. Most of it's going to stay to the east as it really develops. So that's the big change with that. Snow amounts, generally 1, maybe 2. More as you go further north and east. This has come down once again as that low with the main system has pushed well to the south. So we're not expecting a lot of snow, but we will have wind and definitely colder conditions going into late Saturday. And Sunday definitely is going to be the change as we go back into seasonable conditions. Colder than what we had, but really it's where we should be on Sunday. And then, but we're going to bump those temperatures right back around to the 40s on Monday, Tuesday, before we have a system Tuesday night. And then there's another chance of precipitation Thursday and Friday. Tuesday, more rain. The last one, probably more snow too. So, but overall, it's going to be a quiet period still. But if you got travel plans Saturday, you'll probably encountered some snow showers, and for the Packer game, it's more likely rain than snow.
Okay.
So there you go. Overall, not too bad, really. It's
go.
early January. You can't complain about temperatures like this too much.
Very true. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, back as a Brewer, we'll tell you which players avoided arbitration with Milwaukee. Plus, we are getting closer. Maybe the game of NFL wildcard weekend is almost here. Jordan Love on the mic. Jacob is next.
Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices during the New Year's sale at Home Furniture.
The quality of their products are fabulous. That's why I always get my faucets and things through them, because I know they're going to last. Everything they've ever replaced, toilets, faucets, shower heads, has lived its life to its fullest.
Our hearing connects us with people, and when that bridge is broken, our job is to help people with that hearing loss and reconnect them back with their lives again. We really feel that better hearing is a better life. Happy holidays from Better Hearing Center.
Newsaid Now and Co-op Credit Union are taking part in Chase the Chill.
Chase the Chill is a project across North America that provides warm clothing to people in need. Scarves, hats, and gloves are hung on trees with notes on them, letting people know they can take them.
Co-op Credit Union and our community are conducting our own Chase the Chill campaign from December through February.
Together, we can keep our community warm this winter.
Make your donations of scarves, hats, and gloves at our La Crosse and Onalaska locations.
Welcome to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. Shop our huge selection of upholstery by Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Sleep better with our selection of double-sided, hybrid, or all-foam mattresses, adjustable bases, and bedroom sets available. Set your dining room up with a new table, chairs, bar stools, or counter height available. Throw down a rug to complete any room, scatters, 5x8s, 8x10s, and more. No gimmicks, no corporate hassles. Open 7 days a week. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
From clog drains to new faucet installations, we've got you covered.
Since 1994, we've served homeowners across the area to make sure their plumbing is done right. So call us today and see what done right looks like for your home's plumbing.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Entering the night, neither the Luther or Black River Falls girls had taken down a Cooley opponent, each hoping to notch that first win tonight. First of two meetings for these two squads. About midway through the first half, Knights on the run. Natalie Hackbarth hits Carson Krause, who spots Kara Unke, who puts up the easy layup. Then Luther moving it well against the zone. Somehow Mackenzie Torgerud keeps the foot down, and she's going to finish the up and under to put the hosts up 9. Black River Falls trying to not let this one get away. Gianna Backus delivers a sweet feed to Jaleesa Lopez, who finishes with a chance at 3 points, but the Tigers were unable to keep pace with the Knights as they get the win 76-29. DeSoto girls playing host to North Crawford tonight. Senior Ella Koch starting out the game hot, hitting a couple of corner threes, first from the left side, and a few seconds later connecting from the right to go up 6-0 right off the gate. Then it was the Pirates on defense making plays. Maria Garcia stealing the inbound, fires it ahead to Kylie Venner, who lays it up and in through contact to put her team up 10. And the offense would continue to keep their foot on the gas, scoring 41 points the rest of the half as the Pirates pummel the Trojans 76-16 is your final. The Crescent Holcup boys welcome in Wabasha Kellogg. Late first half, Lancers sharing the pill nicely. Keaton Holter spots a Jadis Patchell, who converts at the cup. And the defense picking up for the home side, specifically Julian Olsen as the senior guard gets the steal, coast to the cup for the bucket plus the harm. That ties things up at 27, and moments later it's Olsen getting it again and scooting towards the other end for the score. Lancers pull away in half number 2, picking up a 32-point win. Some more finals to pass along on the girls' side. Central doubles up Toma. Sparta takes care of Westby. Viroqua gets past GET, and West Salem scores an important win over Arcadia. And a busy night in the Dairyland Conference on the boys' side. Blair Taylor squeaks by Pepinalma. Lincoln wins by 6 over Mel Min. Augusta victorious over Indy Gill, and Bangor defeats Necedah in Scenic Bluffs play. In Brewers news, the team coming to agreements with 5 players to avoid arbitration today. Trevor McGill, Bryce Terang, Andrew Vaughn, Garrett Mitchell, and Angel Zerpa have all agreed to 1-year deals. The only player they didn't lock up for their season was William Contreras. So that means the two sides are heading to arbitration unless the Brewers catcher does get an extension. And we are just under 48 hours away from the oldest rivalry in football being renewed, but this time seasons are on the line from the Windy City. The last time these two storied franchises clashed in the playoffs was the 2010-2011 season when Green Bay left Chicago with the 21-14 victory, and the Packers would go on to win the Super Bowl that year, but that's the past. On Saturday, we could get some considerable wind gusts with a good chance of snow, so weather could definitely impact the game. And one area to keep your eye on, the turnover battle. And Jordan Love says limiting giveaways starts with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just got to understand, as a player, as a quarterback, that you got to find ways to not make mistakes. And those are going to be the plays that are going to kind of haunt you all offseason. If you go in there, make mistakes, have turnovers, and things that will end up losing you the game. So you got to find ways to just go out there, play your best ball, execute, and not have any, plays that are like, man, I wish I could have got that back. Ain't no wish you could have got it back. We got to go find ways to make them.
Now, the Bears have the best turnover differential in all of football, but they're just 2-6 when they don't turn over an opponent 2 or more times. And remember to stay with News 8 for coverage from Chicago beginning tomorrow. Our own Kate Overton will be live starting at 5 o'clock, and then Saturday, prior to the game, we'll check in with him as well. Guys, I'm excited for him. I bet that atmosphere is going to be awesome there. A lot of Bears fans, hopefully a lot of Packers fans too, though.
Of course. I mean, that matchup's always a good rivalry, but when you put a playoff game in front of it, that's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure to tell them to bundle up, too, because Greg was telling me good chance of some chilly temperatures and maybe some snow.
At the very least, yeah.
For sure.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks,
All right, more news right after this.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people, and being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
It's the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Big savings on some of the best brands in furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions, with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. Dining rooms and bedrooms from Daniel's Amish and Canal Dover. Sofas and sectionals from Flex Steel and Smith Brothers. And dining by Canadel. Plus the area's best selection of top grain leather from Stressless, Palliser, and Lazy Boy. It's happening now during the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Back again, Jeff? Well, I'm future you. Our doctor figured out why your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back. It's IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
At Sealands Carpetland, your family comes first. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners in creating a home that lasts a lifetime. Discover a world of comfort and durability with our huge selection. Whether it's cozy carpeting for your living room, timeless hardwood for a classic touch, or versatile tiles that stand up to the hustle and bustle of family life. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
A big part of my job is building relationships with people. And being the team you can trust means being here for you.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Girl Scout cookie season is almost here.
And a new cookie flavor is making its debut this year called Explore Mores. It's a combination of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond-flavored cream. In Wisconsin, sales are set to kick off at the end of January. Can you believe it's already here?
A couple weeks. Oh
Yeah.
man, those peanut butter patty boxes are calling my name
Yeah,
for sure.
I feel like we've kind of tasted this flavor
Pretty
before,
close.
right?
I mean, there's been like
the
a s'mores
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is different because it's toasted almond flavored cream.
I'm always willing to give it a shot.
Oh yeah, I love trying the new ones.
So good.
Here for it. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
It's Ashley's New Year's sale. For a limited time, save up to 40% on select New Year's styles. Plus, you can pay over time with no interest for 5 years when you shop in store. Shop the season's must-have looks today, only at Ashley.
Eagle Crest North in Onalaska is expanding. Our tradition of excellence continues to grow with the addition of our new luxury senior apartments opening in January 2026. Expect nothing less than exceptional amenities. Choose your ideal home from well-designed floor plans. I'm Tammy, and I've been welcoming residents to our community for 17 years. Call me today to reserve your new home.
Join us for a weekly open house or schedule your private tour today.
We see you out there being an original, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Because you know we have everything you want and need at prices that give you the most for your money. Now that we're past the holidays, it's time to gift yourself these work and sport Henleys or flannels, just $19.99. Blaine's brand storage totes, just $9.99. Plus, get a free $15 gift card when you spend $75 on Hill Science Diet dog food, cat food, and treats. That's what I'm talking about. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save. Start your year with healthy, restful sleep from Ashley. Our New Year's mattress sale makes it easy with Ashley Sleep starting at only $249. And take advantage of no interest for 5 years when you shop in store. That's top brand mattresses starting at only $37 a month. Only at Ashley.
All right, mainly wet roads in the morning, but it could be a few slick spots. Otherwise, still mild for Friday. We have a little bit of light snow for Saturday, but it's not going to amount to too much. It will get colder, but that's more seasonal conditions really for this weekend, just the colder one we had.
That's true. All right, that'll do it for us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.